Let's now take you back to one of our other top stories, and that follows the killing of witness D at his home last night. And he testified 2 weeks ago at the Madlanga Commission. And for more on Marius van Merwe's testimony, we are now joined by retired Interpol ambassador and security strategist, Andy Mashaile. He joins us now via our video link. Andy, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. I mean, let's start off here. How concerning is the killing of a witness D from the Madlanga Commission, particularly when it comes to the issue around that the Madlanga Commission is looking into criminality within the criminal justice system?
It's very concerning, Mbali and Wanamne, that we should be panicking, we should be in a stress mode, we should be depressed as the family that has lost a father, a breadwinner, and many of those things as a result of criminality in our country. And also, Mbali, the usage, as we learned yesterday or last night, the usage of an AK-47, it means this was a hit. It means they really wanted to do away with witness D. Surprising enough is that none of his personal assets, like your cell phones and many other things, were not taken. So it was to eliminate him.
And Andy, maybe just take us back to the witness, or rather the testimony of witness D at the Madlanga Commission. I mean, many recalling how he implicated EMPD Deputy Chief, of course, his name being Julius Mkwanazi.
Mbali, having had indicated that he was inside that room where they were interrogating that suspect, and having it clearly depicted how they were tubing the suspect. Tubing is when you put a plastic overhead of an individual, choking him. And you remember he said he walked outside, and when he came back into the room, one of the people said said to him that he's no longer going to talk. And he met two people, two members of SAPS Brakpan, living with a sports bag. I am certain that from his testimony that that bag must have contained 500,000, because the suspect that was being choked indicated that they must not kill him because he has 500,000 rands in the house. So, Mbali, long story short, we have a situation where we have a serious rot within your law enforcement agencies. Let me speak specifically about EMPD. But here's a flipper when Mbali, a rider. I suspect that this killing has nothing to do with his testimony at Madlanga. After walking down the street there, driving over there to speak to the people, he was also in a serious fight with the Zamazamas. And we have learned of some terrible things that has happened under the leadership and watch of witness D. Things like the closing of the mine shaft in one of the areas, and allegedly having buried 30 people underground. So we don't know. The investigation will yield whether this is the truth or not. But I learned this morning that one of the people who were allegedly buried when they were closing down that mine shaft, a body was exhumed or was extracted or was disinterred from that mine shaft that was closed over by bulldozers. So honestly, Mbali, the investigation says to me, I wouldn't want to form part of the narrative that wants to point towards the Madlanga after learning from the people that they did something terrible during the course of the week. I want us maybe to look at the investigations that will tell us whether there is the truth in that he and his team buried 30 people. These are allegations for now.
Yeah, but staying with the Madlanga Commission now, Mr. Mashaile, what does then this mean for the commission itself, particularly when it comes to the very crucial the testimony that he gave at the Madlanga Commission?
That testimony is very serious. it tells you and I, Mbali, that you might pass traffic officers along the road and say you are safe with the law enforcement agents being there, and only to realize that some of them, even the rank that they are carrying, they are carrying it unlawfully, and also some of them having gone to visit your warehouses where copper was stored, and the copper goes missing, but law enforcement officers in their uniforms walking out of those places having been captured by the cameras. And when you further investigate, you realize that it's not only the EMPD, which was outside of the operational area or precinct, but others also who had gone to that warehouse to look at or to search for the copper. So in closing, with regard to this comment, Mbali, there's a lot that we need to do, from supporting the investigators. I can tell you for certain, the worst is going to come out of the matter of this gentleman in terms of the things that they were doing in that area.
Yeah, and Mr. Mashaile, before I let you go, I mean, now we've heard from Minister Mamoloko Kubai saying that they are going to look at reviewing some of those testimonies that will be given at the Madlanga Commission, because you would remember some needed to be held in camera. What does this say now when it comes to the very crucial evidence that this commission or the minister will be looking into?
I support the minister when it comes to upgrading after reviewing the safety protocols and the security protocols, as well as threat intelligence that would be collected, so that the security protocols can be upgraded. Also, the threat risk analysis that would have been done earlier. I am certain that the minister, amongst others, would call for law enforcement agencies to further do a threat risk assessment for some of the witnesses that might still appear off camera.
All right, Mr. Mashaile, thank you so much for your time. That's Andy Mashaile, the Interpol ambassador and security strategist, just giving us his thoughts when it comes to the killing of Witness D, and also what this ultimately means then for the Madlanga Commission.